So late night, couldn't sleep, decided to hop on and do a live and answer some questions real quick. Gonna wait for a few people to hop on and then I will get started talking about the Feel Great system. So I'll be going over everything, but as you have questions, just please feel free to ask and I will do my best to answer everything that you need to know. So hey everybody, it's it's late in the evening and I appreciate you being here. Hey Ashley, I'm just gonna go over the Feel Great system tonight real quick. Ashley, how are you doing on the system? What's going on with you? You still doing great? I see you live at night. You look beautiful, by the way. All right, guys. So I'm here to talk about the Feel Great system tonight. Um, this thing just really, I feel like it saved my life. I had diabetes, hypertension, hyperlipidemia, was really overweight, and it changed all that for me. So let's go. So good. Almost down 40 pounds, Ashley, and you've been on not quite a month or just about a month. I need to get you on one of the. You're going on month two. That's fantastic. Like I think it took me 4 months, 5 months to lose 40 pounds. So that's freaking awesome. I want to connect with you and get your story if you're good with that. Um, because you're doing fantastic. So the Feel Great system. What I want to talk about is there's a problem right now, and only 12% of American adults are metabolically healthy. But even worse than that, I've seen other uh, statistics that say that 8 out of 10 people are insulin resistant and don't even know it. And insulin resistance is being linked to all these other things like primarily cardiovascular diseases, uh, non alcoholic fatty liver, all of these other things. You know, Ashley, that's why I want to connect with you. I know you have an outreach and I know you've been sharing your story. So I really want to connect with you and make that worth your while. And I can show you how to do that and just really add to your life and give you some more freedom doing what you're already doing right now. So I definitely want to connect with you. We just need to figure out when's a good time for you because my life is a little more flexible, I think, than yours is. Okay, so um, and obesity in the US, and I'm seeing this, I hate to say it, but even in my own grandchildren, because their mama's busy. And so it's easy to stop and grab fast food and whatnot often. And, you know, it's not that she means to, but it's just, it's not healthy for the kids. And I need to get rid of that thing. All right, there we are. So the hard fact is there are, out of the 10 top diseases that are killing people right now, 9 of them are preventable. 9 of them are preventable. And most of those, I would say, are lifestyle related and would link to the insulin resistance that I talk about all the time. I've been doing research since I started the program and or the system, and I'm just amazed at all the stuff that I find that links up. So insulin resistance, you know, you can have these cravings for sugar, your middle gets big, you get these dark spots and I'm going to use my tweezers, these dark spots in skin tags, cute tweezers, and this visceral fat that's shown over here that builds up around your organs, the brown fat. You get fatigue, all of these other things, and then it leads into a ton of other symptoms like you're tired after eating, you have those cravings, your cholesterol gets high, you're bloated after eating. I know I would feel bloated and or tired after eating all the time. Or you have difficulty losing weight, and man, oh man, was that me, because I remember sitting in my doctor's office literally crying because she told me I had to lose weight for a surgery and I couldn't lose more than 5 pounds. I was stuck and it was just rough. So the solutions. There are a number of solutions, including calorie counting. We hear it all the time, calories in, calories out, but you're going to also hear me talk about the fact that that's not the only factor. In fact, I was just watching a talk two doctors from Dr. Benjamin Bickman tonight talking about the fact that hormones, and insulin is a hormone, drives this need for calorie counting or the calorie consumption. And if the hormones are off, your calorie consumption is off. Your body just can't do with it, the calories what it needs to. So keto is another way to control these insulin resistance symptoms. Intermittent fasting, or IF. You can do meal replacements or weight loss clinics or boxed meals or meal plans. All of those things are work, but not all of them are sustainable. And so what you end up with is you try a diet, you get some results, and then you find out it's not sustainable. It doesn't fit into your life. And so you fail and you kind of go right back where you were. Sometimes you get even heavier than you were, or your symptoms get worse, and then you try another one and you get more temporary success, but it eventually fails again. And it just is this horrible circle. And so, Ashley, how easy has it been for you to stay on this? You've been on it about a month, going into your second month. Has it been sustainable for you? And the thing is with all of those things, the main thing is you're being stretched thin. The modern food environment is jacking with our system. Work and family, trying to balance those things out, and the stress that comes in with it. And then when you start getting all of that and you're feeling so stretched thin, you get this decision fatigue. And that decision fatigue can lead to you making even more bad decisions with food. And then there's the time thing. Like, Ashley, I know you work at night. I used to work at night when I started, and like it sucks trying to find food choices late at night. Yeah, sweet cravings are down for me too. Um, and that was one of the first things I noticed was my focus. Like I felt like I was getting Alzheimer's, and within 3 days, I felt like I had mental clarity back. Yeah, yeah. Like, and I actually kind of love like the intermittent fasting part now. It's like it, the Unimate in the morning makes it so easy. Even if I wake up in the morning and my stomach is growling, I know now a year in that, like, let's just go make my tea. It tastes great, and then all of a sudden I don't feel hungry for another 4 or 5 hours. And my sleep has improved too. It's crazy when you start getting control of those blood sugars and that insulin resistance, everything that changes for you. So why I'm saying the modern food environment is a big factor in this is we have these things like I kept hearing this being talked about the difference in what our vegetables and fruits look like. And if you look up here and see what an apple used to look like, they're like the size of a nut or a berry now, and or they used to be, and now they're like probably the size our grapefruits used to be. And potatoes were tiny before. I actually remember, I'm Native American, going out and digging up potatoes like this, and now look at how big they are. They're bigger than our fist. This summer, I was over at my mom's and where I grew up as a child, and I went out to our old raspberry bush where we had grown food, before all this genetic modification. And I was so shocked because those raspberries were the size of the tip of my pinky, and they're now, when you buy them in the store, the size of the tip of your thumb. So how does that happen? Well, what they've done is they've processed out fiber, and they've processed in more carbs and more um, water, so that the foods are bigger, plumper, juicier. They look like they're bigger. They look like we're getting more out of it, but they're not filling us up. They're filling us up with carbs, which are making us more hungry. And so we're eating more, and then they're being able to charge us for more because they're so big. And it just is this vicious cycle we end up in. And all of these companies, I'm not going to name them all because you guys can see them all here. I'll get over here where it's a clearer picture. All of these companies are processing our foods and creating this health. How do we get away from it? Like, really, in this lifestyle we have today, how do we get away from all of this? Well, it's really tough to. Like, I hear from people all the time that are like, well, I homestead. Not everybody can homestead. Not everybody can go out and grow their own foods and find, heirloom seeds and all of that. So what we do is make it sustainable. So with Feel Great, it's designed to bridge that gap from where you are and where you need to be or where you want to be. And we make it so simple. So we are based on a time-based eating pattern. It's like I was mentioning to Ashley, I love it. I love it. Um, you start off the day with a Unimate. It tastes like a lemon tea. I love mine. Like I really look forward to my tea in the morning. In fact, I'm kind of spoiled. I have it twice a day often now just because I love it so much. And then you wait about 4 hours and you have your balance. And we're going to look at that here. So before I look at that, this is not a program or a diet. This is this is a lifestyle. It's a system that's made to fit in with everything that's going on in your life. So, like I said, you're going to start the day off with this lemon tea. You can have it hot or cold. My daughter drinks hers hot because she's a coffee drinker. Like she looks forward to waking up, boiling her water, having that hot tea, that comfort cup of comfort for her. Yeah, it's this tool helps in so many ways. And I'm just shocked at all the changes that have happened to my health. Like I was a skeptic. I didn't want to believe in it. I was like, okay, I'm going to try this one last thing. I've tried everything else. It has a 90-day money back guarantee. I might as well try it. And so I did. And I'm down 50 pounds. I'm back in the gym. I feel fantastic. I feel like I look younger. People don't normally guess that I'm 58. So it tastes like that lemon tea. You're going to wait about 4 hours after you drink it. And then it's really simple. At that point, you're ready to eat your first meal. So then you take the second packet, and both of these packets are about the size of a business card. And both of them just mix in water. Again, they're not meal replacements. They're filling in gaps. So you mix that balance in 6 to 8 ounces of water, drink it down quick, and then wait 5 to 10 minutes and have your meal. And it does. It tastes kind of like an orange creamsicle. What was it? Some guy said the other day. Can't remember the orange drink. He said it's orange Julius is like a light orange Julius. Thank you, Ashley. I know I don't feel 58 most of the time. I was talking to a lady the other night who said, "Well, do you ever deal with seniors? Because I'm 60." I was like, "Honey, I'm only 2 years away from you." Like it's and I did not look like this a year ago. You guys could go back and look at my videos from a year ago and see how much my face, my skin, everything has changed. And the only thing I've really changed is this system in my life. So again, tea in the morning. What that does is if you eat at 7 o'clock at night, yay, Valentina. I want to hear when you get started on it. I don't know who you ordered from, but make sure you reach out to who you ordered from and get coaching as soon as you get that in so that you can get started correctly because it's going to change your life. Um, yeah, Ashley, it's and that's the best when your family can start seeing the change. It's amazing. Like my family saw the change in me, but I'm going to be honest. My daughter, she was on it. She went off of it, and then she took a trip with me for the business, which the company is amazing. And we went to Panama, and then she saw everybody else because sometimes our families can see change in us, but we're just family, so they just don't always believe in it. So it's great when your family can get on board. So tea in the morning, that's going to help you continue to burn fuel. The tea makes it so easy. It's getting nutrients to your brain, it's getting nutrients to your body. And when your body is nourished, it's not hungry. Half of the reason I like to tell my customers, my tribe, that half the reason you're hungry is not the calories. You're not wanting calories, you're wanting nutrition. And so when we get that nutrition to your brain and when we get that nutrition to your gut, you're just not hungry. So then again, we're going to go in about 4 hours. We're going to have your first meal. If you prioritize protein, which I'm going to go over in a second, it helps keep those insulin spikes down and you continue to burn. You wait 4 to 6 hours, have your second meal, and now you're in this continuous fat burning mode that's bringing those insulin levels down. Yeah. Like I remember when I first started, I would go 19, 20 hours and be like, oh, shoot, I need to eat. It was such a change for me from being hungry all day long. So I get asked all the time too, like, what happens if you're hungry or you're a snacker and you're just used to having a snack? Have an extra Unimate. Like I said, I have I have 2 Unimates most days. I didn't today because I just got busy and forgot to have my second one, but it's okay. And again, the Unimate is going to make you feel full. It's going to help you get through that afternoon slump if you need it. And the Unimate does not make you jittery, does not give you any crashes. I was so surprised. I was so skeptical and worried because of my my blood pressure, but this actually helped my blood pressure, and I was not ever jittery. So I also have people ask, well, what if you want to have 3 meals a day? I wouldn't do this to start. Get started on the system, get your gut used to utilizing the system, but then you can have it before every meal. In fact, I do that all the time. I've been on trips, celebrating with friends, having drinks and desserts and whatever, and I just have a balance every time I eat now. I Every time I put something in my face, I have a balance. It's kind of like my comforter, my baby blanket, knowing that whatever I'm about to put in my face is going to get mediated by that balance. Yeah. Most people get worried about that. So there is this system, and that's the crazy thing is it makes it sustainable, but they worry because they're not used to having the nutrients, so they're always hungry. They're not used to living a life where you're not hungry all the time. So, but like there's going to be days like I've been promising my grandkids biscuits and gravy. So this weekend we're going to have biscuits and gravy. So I'll probably end up having a balance first thing in the morning. But I'm at the point now where I might just extend it out and have an early dinner because I don't want to put all that food in my face now. Not anymore. So I want to go over the balance really quick. The balance to me is, I mean, both of the drinks to me are just magic. But the balance is more than a fiber. This is not Metamucil. It's not Benefiber. It's not something you're going to find over the counter. And using Metamucil or Benefiber, like I see that all over the net all the time. And I'm just going to go buy Metamucil. That doesn't work. This has been specifically designed 12 years in the making of them finding, making this formulation and testing it to make sure that it works and does what they're aiming for it to do. And what they want the balance to do is help you feel satiated or full. It helps slow down, I call it mediation of your carbs, so that they're not just this like straight pipeline shot of sugar into your bloodstream. And then it helps with your glucose, your insulin levels, your cholesterol, and your triglyceride. In fact, our 90-day money back guarantee covers triglycerides, cholesterol, and A1C. So you have a full 90-day money back guarantee on those labs. If your labs don't change and you've been utilizing the system like it's meant to be utilized, you just simply get your money back. But the gold in the balance. And I'll show you my website in a little bit. You guys can go there and check it out. All the information is there. There's an FAQ section for most of the questions you have. I'm always available to answer questions. But look at that. There are 4 patented blends in this. This is not psyllium husk fiber. This is not a fiber to make you poop. This is a fiber to do everything I just talked about. The biosphere fiber in there is a multi-fiber blend. The 7x technology is what's helping you feel full. This actually gets in your gut, and and it starts to create this gelatin mass in your gut, which is really gentle. I also had an acidic gut, ulcerative gut, but it gets in there and it just starts to coat that gut, fill it up so you're less hungry and things just go much easier for you. And again, it's going to mediate those carbs and triglycerides or cholesterol, all of that. So now we're affecting that hyperlipidemia, hypertension, and then we get to the Unimate. This stuff, I was not prepared for what my Unimate does for me. It does help me feel great all day. Like I said, I felt like I was falling into this Alzheimer's stage in life. Um, but now I have my mental clarity back. Now I have this power through the day. I mean, I probably put in my daughter, she's asleep. My daughter is in her 30s, and I put in more hours a day than she does, and I hold up better because I'm on the Unimate for a year now. She's back on it and starting to notice her anxiety is down, her energy is up. She doesn't snap at the kids as much. Just it affects your mental well being. in a positive way. So it helps you with things like depression and anxiety. Like I said, you don't get a crash. It's not addictive. It's not high in caffeine. There's a little caffeine in it, what's naturally occurring in the tea. Every tea has some caffeine in it, but we're not adding caffeine to this product. It boosts your mood and your mental and physical performance. Like I have, when I get into tasks, and I'm ADHD, so I'm crazy on stuff, but I have so much more focus now with the Unimate. And if I feel like I'm lagging, I just go get one and drink it, and it helps me right away because, again, it's getting nutrients in. So it does improve your endurance, strength training, and exercise. It helps promote your healthy digestion, and it is a high quality tea. It's different from any other tea you're going to find out there. Yeah, your gut health is going to completely change. And I forgot stories where, like, I have one lady, Ashley, that was on it, utilizing it for 2 to 3 months several years ago, and then kind of fell away. And we are friends in the interim, and she started on it again and committed. And a year later, she's realizing, even though she was already vegan and eating clean and all of this stuff, how much her gut has changed because of how toxic our food environment is, even when you're trying to do the best things for you. So the Unimate, it goes through this process. Let's see if we can get this in here. So first of all, we grow our Unimate in a very specific region in Argentina. It's hand-picked. It's not machine-picked. So these farmers are out there hand-picking the leaves when they're at the right time, the right leaves for our tea. They're trained on what they're looking for. Then we do fire roast it. Fire roasting allows the components in the tea leaf to be released so that it can be utilized. It's like spinach. The iron in spinach comes out when it's cooked. It's not as good when it's raw. So it's the same thing with these tea leaves. We fire roast them to get that out of it. Then it goes through an extraction process where we're taking those components and condensing it so that we're not getting the bulk of the plant, but we're getting all the nutrients. And then we really concentrate it. So what's in this one packet of Unimate, you would have to do like 375 glasses of tea to get the components that are in this one packet of tea. And then, it goes to this purification process. There is a lab in Switzerland that has created this process, and they call it hyperpure. Now, some people who are uninformed may laugh at that, and I've seen a lot of that. But what this process does, and it's a science facility, that they go in and they're able to take this highly concentrated solution now and remove environmental toxins and other toxins from it. So now we have something that's highly potent, highly bioavailable, and it's as pure from any toxins as we can get it to be. So it's just part of why I love this system. I love this company. They take your health as serious as you do. So to maximize your success on the Feel Great system, again, this isn't a meal replacement shake or anything like that. So we do have some things that we like to focus on. And so the 4 top ones right now are: eliminate your fruit juice. I put up videos. I'm going to be putting up some more about fruit juice. Really, fruit juice is just the sugar stripped from the fiber, and so that is just elevating your insulin levels. Yeah, you get a little bit of vitamins from it, but without the fiber, it's more damaging than it is good. You may as well just mix Kool-Aid and drink that down. You do not have to change your diet much. Like, I'm going to give you some tips, but I'm going to tell you, I've had Olive Garden, Cheesecake Factory. I had I had this burger called a Belly Buster today. I try to eat healthy on most days, but I eat what I love. It's not like I'm eating chicken and rice all day, every day, although I'm a huge chicken eater. But no. And then when you purchase from me, you get access to me for coaching, and I help you through if you're having questions about your diet or what to do. I help you through all of that. I'm committed to helping you. Yeah, Ashley, that's great. She hasn't changed her diet and dropped 40 pounds. I know when I started, I was driving for Lyft, and I drove overnights, and the only thing available at night, because I couldn't keep food in the car because of people in and out and airport runs and all that, The only thing open was Jack in the Box at McDonald's. So for the first 4 or 5 months I was on the system, at least one meal a day looked like that, and I still lost 40 pounds in those first 4 or 5 months. So soda, I just put up two videos recently. One is about sucralose, an artificial sweetener, not aspartame, but and then I put one up about diet soda. Diet soda is okay. It doesn't spike your insulin. You can drink that. It's far better than drinking sugared soda or juice. So again, like I said earlier, if you're feeling hungry or like a snack, use your Unimate to replace snacks and use it with workouts. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But I also sometimes will have a balance or a half a balance, especially just before bed. If I'm feeling like, maybe I'm a little bit hungry and I want to get through the evening, I'll just drink a balance because I know it fills me up and I'm getting all of those good nutrients that are in the balance. By the way, I didn't show it. Let's go back. It has all of your major vitamins and minerals, and most of them in 100% of your daily recommended quantity. So I love the balance because it's just really a complete. Um, it's not fiber. It's a complete drink for your health. So the third thing is you want to prioritize protein. And all that really means is make sure you're getting enough protein, especially for your first meal of the day. What you first put in your face is what you're going to eat for the rest of the day. It's going to set your body up for what it's going to be hungry for. So if you wake up and have muffins and cereal and all of that, you're spiking your blood sugar and you're setting your body up to think that that's what it's going to crave for the rest of the day. And then you're hungry all day. So get some good protein in. Chicken, fish. I'm not a vegan, so you guys know what your protein choices are. Sometimes I'll just do a protein shake just to make sure if I'm running around that I'm getting protein in first. Um, and then the other thing that we say is like I grew up with stepping on the scale every day, and I'm going to admit it's a bad habit, but get rid of the scale. Take your measurements because like right now I started back at the gym. I've upped my protein intake. I'm actually putting a little bit of weight on, but my measurements are going down and I can tell that more fat is coming off. You can tell in my face that it's different. So take measurements. Fat loss is not weight loss, and the system will help you put on 12 to 13% of lean mass naturally because you're getting nourished. This is not just for diabetics. I said earlier, and you might not have been here for that 8 out of 10 of us are insulin resistant, and so it causes this cavalcade of health issues. This is not just for diabetics. I have a number of people who have not been diagnosed with diabetes who are taking it with great success. In fact, my world champion coach from when I was powerlifting is starting on it because he just wants to get his health in order. We have other athletes like Vladdy Jr. and Mike Saunders, who's a powerlifter out of Utah, who has some crazy records. They're on it, and we're getting more and more athletes who are taking it just because it's really good for your body and it helps with sustaining our modern life. We are so much more busy than we used to be, and our bodies need this nourishment. So yeah, absolutely, you do not have to be diabetic to use and benefit from this. So any side effects, and these are just real food products, so there really are not side effects to it. The only side effect that anyone really talks about is when you start with the balance, because it's such a complete fiber matrix that your gut has to get used to utilizing that, and so you may have some gas and cramping as your gut microbiome is healing and your gut health is getting better and your gut is learning how to work again for the first time in years. So, but that goes away. It's a temporary side effect, and we can coach you through how to get through that. One of the ways is just drinking more water, making sure you're staying hydrated. And then I have some other tips, but that's really the only side effects with it. And one of the questions I get all the time is, can I do this for a month or two and quit? Um, the reality is, you don't get up and have breakfast and say, okay, I ate. Now I don't have to eat until I'm 80 years old. You have to fuel your body every day. And because our food system is so imperfect, and this is filling in the gaps, yes, it's a lifetime, everyday thing. Um, but you're gonna realize that it's something that you want to add to your life because it's changing your life in such a great way. So when will you see results? That's completely independent. So some people see results as far as weight within a few days. Some people, like me, it took 4 to 5 weeks for me to really see. Rab, it took him almost 3 months for him to get weight off, and that has to do with your gut health. This is not some miracle pill that's giving you artificial stimulation that's causing all of this stuff, and you still have the root problems in your system. We're addressing root problems by filling in those gaps. The results are independent. We say utilize it for 90 days. You get a 90-day guarantee. So utilize it for 90 days. Give your body the best chance it can to work. So if you don't have sugar, I don't understand your question. Are you saying if your blood sugar isn't high, how does it work? Will you clarify that question for me, Diana? So I had Hashimoto's, and even if you feel like you're eating low amounts of sugar, you have sugars built up in your system, and that insulin resistance, it just this is just making your life more sustainable. So, Diana, when you have insulin resistance, it can show up. I'm sorry, it can show up as low blood sugars at first, until it builds up in your system so much that your blood sugar then all of a sudden spikes. My blood sugar wasn't high for years, and then it feels like in about a year it just started going crazy, and my doctor was like, "Oh, that's it. I'm diagnosing you with diabetes." That was a year and a half ago. So when I was 56, I was diagnosed with diabetes. My blood sugar had not been out of range before then. But I'm going to tell you from all the symptoms that I now know that I was insulin resistant that entire time for most of my adult life. I had the dark patches on my elbows, behind my neck. I was getting skin takes. There are so many clues as to what's causing that you're insulin resistant. And I have a video. I can send it to you later because I know I have so many videos, it's hard to catch them all. Or you can check it out on my YouTube channel. But there are a ton of clues, and the list is long of the things that can hint to the fact that you are insulin resistant. This helps with the insulin resistance. And my skin tags, I didn't even realize that that was a thing when I started. When I started, I had no idea that my skin tags were going to go away. I was actually on a call with a customer helping them, and they said, "Misha, my skin tags are gone." And I literally, when I hung up the phone, I ran to the bathroom and checked because I felt like, okay, I'm turning into my grandma. I'm in my 50s. It's okay. This is just what happens. I had skin tags under both arms, on the back of my neck, and yes, I was getting them in my groin. They're all gone. In 2 months, they were all gone. I didn't even realize it because so much was changing with my body that I was keeping track of all these other things, like the swelling down. My feet used to look like stuffed sausages because they would be so swollen. I couldn't even get them in my shoes at the end of the day. That's all gone. And even when I'm traveling on planes and all that stuff, my feet don't swell like that anymore. It's insane. Insulin resistance causes so many symptoms besides just diabetes. And my eyesight was going bad, and I've gotten control of that now too. 68 and you have back. Yep, yep. Those go away. And I don't know, I used to have really dark spots on, there's a little bit there, but I had dark spots all the way down these elbows, and I would scrub, scrub, scrub all the time trying to get them off and thinking I was just dirty or doing something wrong. It's a sign of insulin resistance. Um, yeah, feet swelling is bad. And you know what? I felt like I couldn't lose weight no matter what, too. That's why, like, I sat in the doctor's office just crying. Like, I had done keto, I did the medical medium, I did all of this stuff, and I just didn't feel like I could do anything. I lost 5 pounds, and that would be it. But this has worked for me. So, how are we different? We're different because we own our own manufacturing facilities. I don't know if you guys understand that most supplements and natural products are batch processed in the same facility, and they just put them in different packaging and put different labels on them. Most of the products you're getting come from the same place. We have our own manufacturing facilities. We have labs and science that goes behind everything that we do. We're very different. We do not process for anyone else. We only process for ourselves, and we test every batch for efficacy and for to make sure that you're getting the amounts of constituents in it that we say they're getting, or it doesn't go out to the market. So we have strict control over what's going into our products. There's never anything that isn't supposed to be in there that gets in there, because we have control of the manufacturing process. So, like I said, we have dedicated in-house scientists and specialists. Diane, my doctor didn't understand either. I was a medical assistant for years. I worked in hormone clinics, I worked in allergy clinics, I worked in general practitioner, and I worked in urgent care. And my doctor and I had a great relationship, and she knew that I don't like medicines and I don't like that route. But all of a sudden, I ended up with all these medicines because we were terrified for my health. So when I told her about this, she was skeptical too. But when she saw my 3 month blood work, because I also had panels for fatty liver, and she just hadn't broached that yet because she dropped enough bombs on me. But within 3 months, she could see that my numbers were reversing, that my weight was going down. And by the 6 month mark, my numbers were all primarily back in normal range. It was insane. And at that point, she was like, okay, send me the information. I need to share this with my other patients. We have a number of doctors who are actually prescribing this to their patients. Insurance doesn't pay for it. Your HSA oftentimes will pay for it, but doctors are behind this. We do have third-party certifications and partnerships. We have clinical studies with leading hospitals and universities like the Cleveland Clinic, and Columbia University and the University of Sydney. They're all well-known universities that do studies on products. Our products are patented. Our ingredients are sourced directly from the farmers. They're not something that's harvested and run through a bunch of different hands that we don't know where they've been and what's going on with them. We directly source from our farmers. And Unicity really takes care in what they're giving to their customers. So, like I said, we have global manufacturing facilities. I can't even keep up with the facilities and where they're at. I really need to get versed more on that, but we have facilities around the globe. We're opening up more because we're having more and more people and more countries open up to our products, and we just want to make sure that we're maintaining control and that high quality as we expand across the globe. Now, we've been huge in Asia, although this is an American company for years. We're just starting to really kind of show up in the US as our team is really starting to get this out there to people. Um, so, and I've had the pleasure of meeting the CEO of the company, and he is very committed to making sure that his products are doing the best for people and that he's not causing harm to anyone. So, with that, they give you that 90-day happiness guarantee. They also give you the 90-day blood work guarantee. When I started, it was like a 30-day money back guarantee. Now they've extended it to 90 days because they really want you to utilize the system for 90 days and let your body do what it's meant to do. Let your gut heal up. Let all of this happen so that you can get the best health that you're possible to get. Um, when you sign up with me, you're getting the lowest price you can get. As you're getting it as a member, you never pay more than I pay. Never pay more than Rav pays or anybody else. You're getting that lowest price guarantee. There is no lower price than you're getting when you sign up as a member. There is no fee to sign up as a member. It's simply putting your name in and getting yourself in the system so that you can order as a member. The only way you can do it is through someone like me. But I've had people tell me they got it off of Amazon or whatever, and that Those products oftentimes are expired. They're not from distributors. You're not getting the coaching. You're not getting the guarantees when you do that. And most of the time, you're ending up paying more for the product than you are through an authorized distributor. So again, we have triple testing processes that ensure the highest quality on the product every single time, or it just doesn't go out to the market. So we do have a few ways to save money, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time going over that tonight. But if you want to know how to save yourself a little money on your own subscription to make it more affordable for you, or how to refer others so that you can do that, you get a hold of me and I will walk you through all of that. So, with that, does anybody have questions? That was kind of a longer than quick explanation of the system, but I get stories like Ashley's all the time, and it lights me up to see people getting better, because I know how terrified I was when I got the diagnosis of diabetes, because I'd worked with diabetics and in those offices and understood what it was. So I'm really here to answer your questions, and yes, I'm really here to help. Diane, let's connect. There's a form in my bio, and I will reach out to you as soon as I get that information, and then I can go over it with you and answer all your questions. Diane, you're back. I was just, um, yeah, just connect with me. There's no pressure. This is your decision. I'm not here to push anybody into anything. I just want to help you find the best health possible. This is what worked for me. That's why I'm talking about it and doing it. And I do take it seriously. I have hundreds of people that I've helped, and I'm so happy every time I get a story in. And our team has a goal to affect 1 million lives, and I know that all the ladies on my team have that heart of service too. So, and I know that this company does that as well. I'm just so stoked about this. And yeah, thank you. I like knowledge, and so when I went on this journey and I started noticing all the changes, my hair was coming back in thicker. I mean, I was actually losing my hair. You can see I've got little patches where I have this new hair growth since I've started the system. I haven't really cut my hair except for to trim the ends. So there are patches of new hair growth where my hair is just shorter and poking out. My grays have slowed down. I don't feel like it's too bad for 58. But I've gone on this search for knowledge to find out why. What is the link between what this system is doing and why my swelling went down, my chronic fatigue went away, my I was actually starting to have tremors and uh, vertigo and a few other things, and that's all gone away. So I'm like, what is going on? So I do a lot of research, and I appreciate. Yes, you can become an associate. That's what I did. And you just reach out to me. We want you to try the system and make sure that it's working for you so that you're excited like I am. And then it's easy to become an associate. And it's not, this is the easiest thing I've ever done. And like I said, was driving for Lyft when I started, and I made pretty decent money, but it was tearing up my car. I lost value on that. People just don't realize the expense that goes into that. And I now no longer have to do that. I take care of people all day, every day. I answer questions. I do these videos, and that's all I do for a living now. This has totally changed my life, not just for my health, but for my finances as well. And I love helping people get there too. So, yes, if you're interested in becoming an associate, the first thing is to get you trying the system. So, we don't want anybody out there sharing with other people unless they've gotten great results and they understand the system. So, that's the first step, is just reach out to me. Let's get you started, get you results, and then I can walk you through how to become an associate, and it is so easy. And yeah, my team is growing tremendously right now, which makes me super happy because, when I look at the financial independence I'm gaining and the physical independence I'm gaining, and the fact that I can share that with other people, I just, it just makes me super happy. I'm in Washington State. When I started, I was in Idaho, and I am probably going to be moving back east to Maryland sometime soon, probably within the next year. I moved up to Washington to help my daughter. She's actually starting her own business now. So as soon as I can get her up and running so that she can work from home and take care of her kids, then I have another grandson that has special needs and a diagnosis that I want to go help him out and help take care of him. So I kind of like hopping around. I like seeing the U.S. So Florida is not someplace I've had the pleasure to grace yet, and that's on my bucket list. Though I definitely want to get to Florida. That's a place I've been wanting to go to for a while. So do you have any other questions about the Feel Great system itself, or is there anything I can help answer in any way? If you just hopped on and you don't know what it is, let me know. Um, Otherwise, I'll probably hop back on in the morning and answer some more questions. And Diane, just make sure to connect with me. If you don't mind, I'll write your ID down and probably reach out to you after the live is over and see how I can help you out. I'm going to write this down. And other than that, I mean, I can hang out and chat too, but really, if you need to know about this amazing system, you just let me know, and I'm here to share and help. I'm talking about the Feel Great system, two products that have completely changed my life and hundreds, thousands of other people. So, all right, I think it's like midnight, 12:30 here. I know it's later for everybody else because I'm on the West Coast, so I feel like I'm the baby in the time zones. But I'm probably going to head to bed because I have meetings in the morning. I so appreciate you guys. I love doing this. So have a great night, everybody, and I will talk to you again soon, okay?